I'm sure you're all aware we are in mentor season. We just had the email sent out, and I love mentor season. I love being a mentor. I've mentored lots of people through Toastmasters and through work. It's just something I find a lot of love in. And one of the questions that people come to me in Toastmasters with is, how do you get over the fear and the embarrassment of being on stage? And I say to them, sit down. It's simple. You just have to experience the most horrible and toe-curling embarrassment in your entire life. And then after that, it is easy enough. And then I give them this story. Barbara is a Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Story this evening. It's a story which is entirely true. It goes back to the 90s when I was young and full of vigour. I had just left my flat. I was living in Edinburgh and I was out in the fresh air. It was a lovely crisp morning in November. Smell the brewery. It's one of Poughbridge in Edinburgh, one of those lovely places. You really know where you are by the smell. And I was off to the supermarket, walked down the street, full of joy, full of energy, full of vigour. Time stopped. I was not alone in my trousers. Now, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. I'm perfectly used to having large things roaming around my trousers. As you can see, half of the thighs of a rugby player. So this was not a surprise to me. But there was something that was not me. There was something that was unknown, unnatural in my trousers that I was not expecting. Time had frozen that particular moment as I worked out what might be going on. For a horrible moment, I thought of my flatmate's pet. He had a spider, very neat tarantula, thought of it. My clambering up towards me, sensitive areas, getting closer and closer and closer, and sinking his teeth, his fangs into my large, hairy. I had seen him in the cage before I left, so I was probably fairly safe in that regard. What was going on? I was still stuck in that moment, trying to work out where I was, what was happening. But I could feel there was something going. I was wriggling about, it was moving. Just in that frozen moment, just that time moving slowly, glacially onwards, I could feel movement. And I was wondering, what is this? What could possibly be in my trousers that I thought put there myself? I tensed. I could feel it moving. I tried to move muscles to prevent it from moving about. I tried in that moment to hold it in place. It was not going to do that. It had a mind of its own. It had decided it was going to escape my trousers, show itself to the world in this beautiful, crisp November day. I stood there, clenching, grasping, trying to prevent it from escaping my trousers, making that movement. And then, unfortunately, it chose the perfect moment to escape. What I had done, my downswing, upswing, it was full of momentum. It leapt free from my trousers and flew across the street. I could see it sailing across the road, unfurling as it went. This beautiful pair of tartan boxer shorts flew across the road, and then formed itself beautifully on the ground. It lay there, spread out, all its glory. That wasn't the embarrassing thing. I looked at my underwear. I looked up. Two women my age had landed at their feet, and they were looking at me. I looked at them. I looked at my underwear. I looked at them. I looked at my underwear. I looked at them. I looked at my underwear. In that time, where no time was passing at all, I saw so many expressions. The first of shock, surprise, what had happened. Something had happened. They had noticed that something had happened. You could see that plainly in their faces. But then a change. They had spotted something had happened. Now they were curious. What has happened? Then a realization, a dawning realization of what they saw in front of them. That's a pair of underwear. You could see it in their face. And then the mind ticking over slowly. But why? Does that mean this man is naked? But then you can see it forming in their head. Underwear man, but how? A question building with such intensity. I can see it taking over their entire faces. I prevented. I grabbed my underwear, escaped before they could ask that question, and ran away, just flooded with embarrassment. And you're going to say that's not too embarrassing. Random people seeing your underwear, where's the chocolate in that? But it's contextual. Yes, look at me. I don't mind showing myself off to the world, but you've got it flaunted. But to be honest, the real shame here is I can't be naked when you've got this to show. It's a contextual thing. No one wants to see their underwear in the middle of a room, in the middle of a crowded area. It's absolutely bizarre. It feels like the audience itself is built against you. The universe is collecting all its malice and forcing it towards you. There's nothing you can do about it. You're trapped like an ant under a magnifying glass. That's horrible. That's really embarrassing. But what am I trying to say here? Oh no, but Toastmasters, I have three things to tell you. One, always wear tight trousers. Things can't get in or out. And show things off, naturally. Two, always check your laundry once it's washed so there's nothing hiding inside it. It could have been far worse. It could have been a pair of women's underwear. Which are worse, difficult to call. But more importantly, a lesson that we can all take away. You don't have to suffer embarrassment. Each time you're on stage, this is your opportunity to face the fear, face the embarrassment, and realize one crucial lesson: it has no power over you.